In today's video, we are going to snack, have fun, ride some rides, all while teaching you how best to use Genie Plus. What's up, MickeyBlog fam? This is Miranda, and today I am so excited to be filming a Genie Plus video for y'all. Today I'm here in Hollywood Studios, and I challenged myself to do 7 Disney World attractions using Genie Plus and teaching you how best to do it. Do I think I can do it? I think so. But first, let's explain Genie Plus. Genie Plus is essentially how you pay to play. It is now the paid version of how you skip the lines here in Disney World. There are 3 different types of Genie. There's free Genie, Genie Plus, and then individual lightning lane. Free Genie is what you see on your My Disney Experience app. It gives you the tip board, different itineraries, wait times, and things like that for the free Genie. Then you have Genie Plus. Genie Plus is a paid service. It is $15 per person per day, depending on the day. Today it
Scratch that. So actually Disney has changed it up on us yet again. And so the pricing is now different for Genie Plus. As you can see here, the pricing now changes per park and if you have a park hopper. If you have a park hopper or if you want a park hop, it is $25. Same goes for the same price of Magic Kingdom. Epcot is $18, Studios is $22, and Animal Kingdom is $16. This is per person per day, and the pricing again will vary. Everything else still applies, but we will go ahead and do a video very soon to showcase the new pricing structure.
Was $24. Genie Plus allows you to utilize this service to be able to skip the lines on more than 40 plus attractions throughout the 4 parks. Individual lightning lane, this is not included in your Genie Plus purchase. It can be used for most popular rides throughout the 4 parks. To access that lightning lane. For example, here in Hollywood Studios, the individual lightning lane is Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. In Epcot, it's Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. Magic Kingdom is both Tron Light Cycle Run and Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. And then over in Animal Kingdom, it is Avatar Flight of Passage. You do not need to buy Genie Plus to purchase an individual lightning lane and vice versa. When should you buy Genie Plus? Great question. I would love to tell you. You should purchase Genie Plus in between the hours of 12 a.m. and 7 a.m. on your park visit. So I woke up really early this morning, around 5 a.m. and bought that Genie Plus. The reason you want to do this before 7 a.m. is because 7 a.m. is when Genie Plus selections have opened for all guests. Individual lightning lane purchase is a little bit different. To purchase an individual lightning lane at 7 a.m., you have to be staying at a Disney resort. If you are not staying at a Disney resort like me, then you have to wait for the park to open, which for me today was 8:30. So 8:30 rolled around and I booked that individual lightning lane for Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. Both Genie Plus and individual lightning lanes can sell out. Also, when using Genie Plus, individual attractions can sell out, run out for the day as well. Once you have Genie Plus, you can use it to book as many attractions as you want in a day. However, you cannot repeat attractions with Genie Plus. Same thing goes for individual lightning lane. To recap what I've done so far this morning, really early I woke up, purchased Genie Plus. 7 a.m. rolled around and I booked Slinky Dog. The reason that I booked Slinky Dog is because I know that Slinky Dog has super long wait times. I booked that for around 12:30 this afternoon. That was the closest time that I could get it. I might modify that a little bit later, but that is where we are at on Slinky Dog so far. Then I got to the park at 8 o'clock. I waited for rope drop. Rope drop came around, got into the park, and then at 8:30 when the park opened, I bought Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. Also at 8:30, I rope dropped, ran straight over to Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, and I roped dropped that. The reason I rope dropped that is because I am in the park all day and I thought it was a smart idea to rope drop something. So it might as well be one of the other popular attractions that I don't already have booked. So at the time of filming this, I've already actually rode Smuggler's Run and I'm filming the intro after. Here's how the booking part of the coin works. You can book your next Genie Plus lightning lane as soon as you've tapped into your first one expires for whatever reason, or it's been 120 minutes since booking the first one, whichever one comes first. So for me, 7 a.m., booked Slinky Dog. Here's another catch though. The clock does not start until park opening. I booked it at 7 a.m. My clock does not start until the park opened at 8:30. So I cannot book another one until 10 a.m. or I have scanned in to Slinky Dog. What I like to do is go into the My Day section on My Disney Experience. As you can see, I cannot book until 10:30 a.m. I would also strongly recommend setting an alarm for your phone so you do not forget that 10:30 a.m. mark. Another thing I want to mention is stacking. A lot of people like to use the word stacking. Stacking essentially means that you have a bunch of Genie Plus reservations ready to go before you even enter the park. Maybe you want to grab breakfast at like Ohana or like a different character breakfast, wherever it may be, just luxuriate around your resort. Whatever you want to do in the few morning hours, then you come to the park and you have Lightning Lanes, Genie Plus stacked and ready to go. For me, I can't do that because I rope dropped, got here a lot earlier. That's why I rope dropped Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, because I had the time to do so. And it was only about 25-30 minute wait, so it really wasn't that bad. Another thing I want to mention is the modify features. So when Genie Plus first came out, you weren't able to modify any of your Genie Plus Lightning Lanes, which stunk because you were just like set in stone with that time. Now you get to modify it, which is so great. You can kind of modify it for a time that you want. Do you get the time like specifically that you want? Always no, but you can modify it and you're not set in that time. The only times that you are set in stone for is that individual Lightning Lane, those bougie rides. That is the time that you cannot change. So for me today, my individual Lightning Lane for Rise of the Resistance is at between the hours of 2:50 to 3:50. That one I cannot change. The other ones, the non-bougie rides for Genie Plus, I can change. So I have there's a helicopter above me. So for me, that Genie Plus that I can currently kind of modify if I wanted to is Slinky Dog. Slinky Dog is at 12:30 to 1:30 p.m. Let's see if we can modify him for an earlier time. I'm not sure. Nope. The earliest time is 7:50 p.m. So what I can do here is just refresh the page until I see a time that I like. This is how you modify. If you don't like that 7:50 p.m. time, refresh that page 100 million times until you see a time that you like. You may not always, you may. I just, sometimes people get rid of their Genie Plus for the day, they change it, whatever it might be, and times open up. I hope that helps. I hope that makes sense. We're gonna get into everything and I'm gonna explain it, break it all down for you. So today, I have already rode a ride. I think I've already mentioned this. I have already rode Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. So let's go roll the tape. That was literally an hour ago. Good morning, friends. Early morning in Miranda here. It is 8:35 in the morning. We are mad dashing our way over to Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run to rope drop. Rope drop or park opening was 8:30 a.m. So that is where we are headed first. And we are sprinting. Currently on the My Disney Experience app, the wait time is only 25 minutes, which is not bad for Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. So we are doing our best to power walk, aka Disney walk, because there is no running in Disney, our way over there. If you're wondering why I am mad dashing to Smuggler's Run versus Rise of the Resistance, one, Rise of the Resistance wait time is already at 50 minutes because of early entry this morning. And number two is because I bought Rise of the Resistance for that individual fancy ride Lightning Lane for $25 additional. So I bought Genie Plus for all the other rides, and then the fancy ride for Hollywood Studios, as a reminder, is out of breath. It is Rise of the Resistance here in Hollywood Studios. Rise of the Resistance is a very, very, very popular ride. Probably, most definitely, the most popular ride in all of Disney World. So I highly recommend buying that individual Lightning Lane to skip the lines. We're here at Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. This ride has a height requirement of 38 inches. You get to ride in the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon either as the pilot, the engineer, or the gunner.
Hello, my friends. I am Pongo Onaka, and this is Onaka Transport Solutions. Today, I am offering the opportunity of a lifetime. I need flight crews to transport this valuable merchandise across the galaxy. And as we always say here at Onaka Transport Solutions, get out of here and go make Hondo some money. Flashing button. Better be faster when we really come. Right, pilot? Push the flashing button to take off. Pilot on the left. Move your stick to fly right and left.
Oh God.
Pilot on the right. Pull back on the stick to fly up. And push forward to fly out. That's what you owe me for damaging the Falcon, Venus. Hey, not bad.
I always love that ride. I think it is so fun, especially if you have members of your like family members or friends with you. It is so much fun to interact and like work together or fail together. I was a pilot. I don't know who let me pilot, but somebody let me pilot. And I mean, it wasn't bad. We did okay. I mean, we didn't die, so there's that. Now that we have rode Smuggler's Run, we have a ride under our belt for the day, waiting for 10:30 to roll around to book another Genie Plus. I think we're gonna head into the marketplace and grab a coffee. I love the marketplace in here. It's just so cool, the detail, everything. Anyways, coffee. That's what we're getting. We're getting coffee. Oh my gosh. Wait, Jared? What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
What do you mean? I'm filming a Genie Plus video.
Okay, well, I'm reporting on some Disney Parks news, but currently I am getting the best coffee in Walt Disney World.
I said it was the best coffee in Walt Disney World.
Okay, well, either way, you don't need a Genie Plus or Lightning Lane for this attraction. So
It's not an attraction.
it is to me. It is to me.
It's the fuel of your soul.
Exactly.
There you
Yes,
go.
that's the thing. It's better than anything else really at Walt Disney World.
Jared is now going to tell us about this coffee that he's obsessed with.
Hello. I bet you didn't expect to see me today on the Genie Plus video. I'm just here covering some Disney news, and then I ran into Miranda, and I just had to tell the world about this Black Calf Cold Brew, which has cheese mousse on the top and then some Cocoa Puffs on the top, and I'm kind of addicted. That's it, really.
I call it like childhood, like because that was my favorite cereal growing up was the Cocoa Puffs, and especially if you get the one with the alcohol version because they have non-alcoholic, just regular coffee, and then they have the alcoholic version. When you get the alcoholic version, it's like you're an adult child, which is the definition of Disney.
Absolutely. So we figured, if Miranda's going to film a video about Genie Plus and tell you guys all the tips and tricks, especially for studios, which is probably the hardest park to handle Genie Plus in, then I'm just going to tell you, if you need a break or some energy, get one of these.
I agree. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Bye. Are you leaving?
Yeah, I got my coffee. I'm out.
Okay, bye. Okay, it is 10:30, so we are going to book our next Genie Plus. Genie Plus for a Mickey Minnie Runaway Railway. We can do Rock and Roller Coaster Aerosmith for $12.30. We can do Toy Story Midway Winnie. We can do Midway Mania, Toy Story Mania for $11.20, or we can do Tower of Terror for $11.50. So we're gonna go to the first one, which is Toy Story Mania at $11.20. That way it gives me more time to book the next one. Time changed to 11:30, that's okay. It is 10:30 currently, awesome. We're gonna view our day. We have Toy Story Mania booked. We have Slinky Dog Dash booked. So we're gonna hit up 2 of the Toy Story Land attractions back to back, which is a blessing. I love that. And then I think after that we're gonna have to grab some lunch, which of course has to be Woody's Lunchbox. There's no other way around it. So our next time to book is now 12:30, but we'll be able to book a little bit earlier because of that Genie Plus at 11:30. So I'll be able to book at around 11:30 after I scan into Toy Story Mania. If you were wondering what to do in this hour that I have or that you would have, or things like that, there's more to do than just the rides. For example, you have Beauty and the Beast live on stage, which is one of my favorite on-stage productions. I love it. You got Disney's Junior Play and Dance. You got some photo opportunities. Fantasmic's later in the day. For the first time forever, you could do a sing-along, which is super cute for littles or anyone that loves Frozen. There's an Edna Mode experience, Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular. You can meet Olaf, the Star Wars Launch Bay. There's so much. You can even go meet a character if you want. There's many characters in this park right now. You have Ariel from the live action story. You got BB-8. You got Buzz Lightyear, Chewbacca, Chip, and Dale, and Daisy, and Darth Vader, and Doc Stuff, and Donald Duck, Edna Mode, Fancy Nancy, Force Orders, Stormtrooper, Goofy, Sully, Kylo Ren, Jessie, Mickey, Minnie, a whole bunch of characters that you can meet in this time as well as grabbing a bite to eat, or you can just luxuriate and people watch, which is what I'm doing right now. Made it over here to Toy Story Land. Something that I want to note over here, one, this is my favorite land, but two, the newest restaurant is Roundup Rodeo Barbecue. We have a full video on that already on our channel. If you want to go watch that, full review, loved it. Favorite thing was the Slinky Dog mac and cheese. Welcome to Toy Story Mania. This is an any age, any height attraction. This attraction allows you to blast among moving targets, midway style, and see who wins best in car. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but right there, that standby entrance says 80 minutes. And we thankfully have that lightning lane for 11:30. So let's go hop on and see who wins best in car. We are walking our way in. It is 11:30, so I'm going to hop on the My Disney Experience app and see what I can find to book now. We have Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway for 2:45 p.m. We have Millennium Falcon at 3:05, but we've already done that. We can do Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith at 1:30. We're gonna do that because I have my Slinky Dog next in between 12:30 and 1:30. To have not scanned in here at 11:30, I would not have been able to book until the 120 minutes was up, which would have put me at 12:30. But thankfully, I was able to scan in a little early and add an extra lightning lane reservation. So currently I have 2 in my queue, which puts me with Slinky Dog from 12:30 to 1:30 p.m. And then it looks like Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith moved to 2:40 to 3:40. And I have our overlap. We'll talk about that in a moment. Got my glasses. Okay, so instead of doing that, I switched it to Tower of Terror for 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. I switched it. I was able to modify. I switched it, and I went to 12 p.m. for Tower of Terror. Gonna hit Tower of Terror right after this one. Then we're gonna hit up Slinky Dog, and then we'll have some time for food. I love this ride so much, especially if you have other members in your party that are really competitive. Me and my husband always go so hard at this attraction. Even Jared and I and his wife Molly, like, we've played it before, and it is so much fun to compete and see who wins best in car. It's a little different playing with strangers, but it is still super, super fun. Call it fashion. I will say, doing Lightning Lane makes you miss a lot of the queue, and the queue is so stinking cute, especially for a Toy Story fan like me. You do miss a lot of the queue, but you do skip a lot of the line. Good news about being a single rider is that I'm by myself, which means I can't lose. Oh no, who wins best in vehicle? Oh my gosh, it's me! I won! Wow! Bye bye. Oh. Mania was great. I won best in car, mostly because I was by myself. It's much more fun when you have people. But let's walk and talk and recap what I have done so far on Genie Plus. Currently, I'm making my way over to the Tower of Terror. Tower of Terror Genie Plus is at 12 o'clock, in between 12 o'clock and 1 o'clock. So I will be hitting up Tower of Terror first and then going to Slinky Dog. The reason I did that, the reason I modified the other attraction that I had Rock and Roller Coaster first. It put me in an overlap with my individual lightning lane. I did not want to overlap my individual lightning lane because the individual lightning lane is hard enough to get to because it's a set in stone time. It was much easier for me to just modify, move things around, and hit up Tower of Terror first rather than missing the chance of getting my individual lightning lane for Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. Something else that I'm going to do is go ahead and pre-mobile order my lunch over at Woody's Lunchbox for the tachos. So let's do that as we also walk. Take a moment of appreciation for Sunset Boulevard. It is just truly stunning. I love it. It's gorgeous. Anyways, food. Yes. All right, we are hitting up Woody's Lunchbox. I love Woody's Lunchbox because, one, it holds tachos, it holds the brisket sandwich that I also love, holds a few fun drinks and things like that, and also the famous Lunchbox tart. And I also love it because it's mobile order, so you can, what I'm gonna do now is mobile order my food for, we're gonna do it in between 12:45 to 1:15. Welcome to Tower of Terror. Tower of Terror is a 40-inch height requirement. This is where you enter the Twilight Zone, hurtles up and down into the Twilight Zone while aboard a haunted elevator ride. This is actually the second tallest attraction here in Disney World. The number one is Everest, and the only reason for that is because Imagineers creating Everest wanted to win the battle in who was the tallest. Tower of Terror was the tallest for a few years before Expedition Everest was built. Expedition Everest comes in at 199.5 feet tall. Guess how tall Terror is? It is 199 flat. I love Imagineers. They're so cool. Great, thanks so much. Thank you. All right, I was going to be able to book at 1 p.m. it looks like, but since I scanned in, I am now able to book again. So let's see what we can find to book. So we have Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway at 3:30. We also have Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith at 3:40. So we're going to do the 3:30 for Mickey and Minnie Runaway Railway. We are booking Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway for 3:20 p.m.
For your safety once on board.
I always love riding that ride. It does let me be a little bit off ease after the fact, excuse me, but it is super fun. If you do not like big drops, big thrills, this is not for you, I promise. It is big drops for sure, and this is why I do not eat before and why we are eating after, because it never ends well for Miranda if we eat before. Anyways, after this, we have finished over here. Now we're gonna bounce back our way over to Toy Story Land to hit up Slinky Dog and then our tachos. So excited. We're entering back into Toy Story Land, which I did not anticipate us going back and forth. Originally, when we had the both Toy Story Mania and Slinky Dog booked back to back, but you know, we got that little surprise Tower of Terror in there, which was great. Anyways, I think as we walk our way over here to ride on the back of Slinky Dog, it is the perfect time to remind you that you can do all of this in everything that I'm talking about with the help of Mickey Travels. Mickey Travels is our diamond level travel agency. They will be able to book your trip, plan your trip, and make your trip the most magical vacation possible. They are amazing at what they do, and it is free to consult with them. Highly recommend checking out Mickey Travels if you ever want to come to Disney World. We have made it over here to Slinky Dog Dash. This is where you ride on the back of Slinky Dog and ride through Andy's backyard. This is a family-friendly coaster. It has a height requirement of 38 inches. It is one of my favorites for so many reasons. One, the queue is beautiful. Two, it's a super fun ride. I think it's like a great first-time coaster, and it's just so beautiful. I love this land, how colorful it is. It just brings so much joy and truly makes me as a grown adult feel like a child, as I should here in Disney World. And I love it.
Here we go.
When the road looks rough ahead and you're miles and miles from a nice warm bed, you just remember what your old pal said. So you got a friend in me.
Welcome to the world of tachos. Tachos is my favorite thing on Disney property. If I'm sad, happy, glad, like whatever my emotion might be, if I need to pick me up, this is the type of food that I go to. It is tachos. They are $9.99. It is potato barrels coated with beef and bean chili, shredded cheese, and a signature queso with tomatoes and corn chip, finished with sour cream and a sprinkle of green onions. They also have this in a plant-based option. So I am gonna pick this up and move it to, I think, Baseline Tap House to also grab a drink. Sure, it looks sweaty spaghetti, but I've made it over here to Baseline. I grabbed myself a bloody orange cider. I love this place. There's both inside seating and outside seating. It's a great spot to just chill and relax, grab a drink. They also have non-alcoholic options. They also have the famous cheese board and the famous pretzel, both very, very good. But I got my tachos that I ate halfway on the way here, and I got my cider now. So I'm gonna recap. Since Slinky Dog was the first thing that I booked this morning, I cannot book another one until my time. So my time, my 120 minutes is up at 2:04 p.m. So that's what comes first for me. The reason I could not book after I scanned in to Slinky Dog is because Slinky Dog was the first thing I booked. It had to have been the most recent thing, which would have been, for me, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. If I had scanned into Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, then I would have been free to scan or free to book wherever. But because I did Slinky Dog, and that was the first thing I booked, I could not do it, so I now have to wait the 120 minutes, which is fine. That puts me at my last booking spot at 2:04 p.m. That's when I will be able to book our final attraction for Rock and Roller Coaster. So it is currently 2:03. My time to book is at 2:04. So it looks like the current time that I'll be able to book is 4:45 p.m. I'm gonna try and play with that one a little bit to see if I can, like, just basically refreshing that page to see if I can do it sooner. So let's see. Just kidding, the time has moved to 5:20 p.m. But we got it, and we're booking it for 5:20 to 6:20 p.m. Don't love that time, so we are gonna try and refresh the page a bunch to see if we can maneuver it to get a time that we will like. That is all 7 booked. Like, I've done all of them. The rest of them is booked. That is all 7 attractions that I wanted to accomplish. I'm gonna try and maneuver the Rock and Roller Coaster a little bit to be earlier. But outside of that, we have about a little under an hour for our individual lightning lane for Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. It is at 2:50 to 3:50. Currently, Rise is down. So we're finger crossing everything in our body that we are able to hop on Rise when it is available. Because I'm gonna be a little sad if not. I really enjoy that ride/experience. Good news, friends, I was able to refresh the page 100 times almost, and I was able to move Rock and Roller Coaster up to 3:45 p.m. So all 3 of my Genie Plus / my individual lightning lane for Rise of the Resistance are stacking each other, but they're not stacking each other enough to make it impossible. For example, Rise of the Resistance is 2:50 to 3:50, And then I have just a little bitty baby overlap in between that and Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. From Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway is 320 to 420. And then Rock and Roller Coaster is a little bit bigger of an overlap from 345 to 445, but it still allows me enough time to get to each attraction as long as I get on the attraction right when I'm able to and no problems occur, which makes me nervous because Rise of the Resistance does have a lot more issues in the evening hours, in the later hours of the day. But I think we can do it. I really think we can. Our luxuriating is done for now, so we are heading over to hit that individual lightning lane. Reminder that this is separate from your Genie Plus. This is a bougie ride. The bougie ride is an additional charge per person per day, so the individual lightning lane for this park in particular is Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. It is open. We are good. We're gonna go hit it in 2 minutes. We've made it over here to Rise of the Resistance. The height requirement for this ride is 40 inches. And it feels wrong calling this a ride truly because this is a whole experience. This is a 22-minute experience. This is the most popular attraction throughout all of Walt Disney World. Even if you do not like Star Wars, I highly recommend giving this ride a try. It is so much fun, whether you're rope dropping or whether you're booking that individual lightning lane. This attraction ride experience is so fun.
Recruits, thank you for joining the cause. A covert resistance team led by my friend Finn has infiltrated a First Order Star Destroyer that is now headed to this system. Your outpost on Batu is no longer safe. We have transports waiting to take you to General Organa's secret base on Pucara. I'll regroup with you there. The Resistance desperately needs your help in our fight against Kylo Ren and the First Order.
We will soon snuff out your meager resistance. You chose the wrong side, and now you will pay. The resistance prisoners.
You have what I want. You know the location of the secret base, and I will take it from you.
Hey, you're not authorized. Wait, those are the prisoners. Detachment to level D. Take cover, recruits! If anyone's packing a blaster, now's a good time. The escape pods to floors! Wait, why are you going up? I said down!
Prisoners have escaped.
How brave, but ultimately hopeless.
There's nowhere to run. You guys really like cutting it close, don't you?
That whole experience is so much fun. It's seriously the coolest ride, like, in all of Walt Disney World. There's no, it is plain as day as why that attraction, that ride, that experience, whatever you want to call it, is so popular. And with that said, it is already 3:25, so I'm going to go ahead and walk my way to Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. As we finish this walk over to Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, it is the perfect time to remind you that it is hot in Florida this summer. So remember to hydrate, sunscreen, hydrate, sunscreen, hydrate, sunscreen. Highly cannot emphasize that enough, to hydrate and sunscreen as much as possible because it is brutal. And take breaks. Don't be afraid to take breaks. We have made it over here to Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. I love this ride so much. It is one of my favorite. I'm not going to say my favorite, but it's one of my favorite family attractions. It is an any height family attraction, so anyone can ride this. You climb aboard on a whirlwind ride through a world where the rules of physics really don't apply. You prepare for unexpected twists and mind-boggling transformations at every turn, and Mickey and Minnie try and save the day catching that runaway train. Not to mention that you can find your hand twin. I forgot who my hand twin was, but you can find your hand twin, which I think is such a cute little detail. Thank you.
Nothing can stop us now. I'll tell you how. We're gonna make it happen. Can you all hear? Sure to get good care of our friends.
What could possibly go wrong?
Oh no! I must have hit that track switch. Kitty, let's get that runaway train. Hooray, hooray, hooray! Step right up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. My God, there they are!
Now, let's
That concludes my guided tour. Hope you had a relaxing ride around the park, and thank you for sticking with me. Hey, picnickers! Told you nothing was gonna go wrong.
Nothing can stop us now.
That is seriously such a fun, family-friendly ride. I love it so much. It's so stinking cute. We are now back on Sunset Boulevard to hit up our final ride, which is Rock and Roller Coaster featuring Aerosmith. We have made it over here to Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith. This has a height requirement of 48 inches. Here we are racing through the freeways of Los Angeles in a super stretch limo to the tunes of Aerosmith. And this roller coaster is the only coaster in Disney that actually goes upside down. Currently the standby wait time is 65 minutes. Again, we are bypassing that thanks to Genie Plus. Now this ride is a no phone zone allowed. I will do my best to film the introduction, the queue, but after that I will no longer film. It's a no-go. Don't do it if Disney says no.
What are you guys still doing here? You're supposed to be at a show. Now.
I'd like to introduce our lovely manager.
Yeah, she's usually not like this. Yeah, she's usually worse.
If you have not gathered from this video, I love a thrill ride. That is the biggest thrill ride in Disney because it goes upside down, it's super fast. If you are not a thrill ride person, probably not for you, just so you know. It does go upside down and it is super duper fast, and it's also super loud because the music is like in both ears of your seat, and there's speakers all around. Very, very loud, but super duper fun if you love a thrill. Well, friends, with that, we accomplished all 7 attractions that I had on my personal bucket list for today. And I showed you how to use Genie Plus and individual lightning lane along the way. That's a good success in my book. And I also got a Joffrey's to finish it off. This is the Watermelon Kiwi Refresher. It is their seasonal beverage. It is a lightly caffeinated refresher, flavors of watermelon topped with kiwi, almond milk, and cold foam. It's delicious. It's very sweet, but it's delicious. So to recap, there are 3 different forms of Genie Plus. You have your free Genie, you have your Genie Plus, and you have your individual lightning lane. Free Genie is what you see on your My Disney Experience app. Genie Plus is what you pay for. Individual Lightning Lane is that bougie ride that costs a little bit more. You do not have to buy both. You can buy one, you can buy the other, and that's how it works. Individual Lightning Lane, again, for this park was Rise of the Resistance. Lovely attraction, ride, experience, whatever you want to call it. I love it so much. But we accomplished all 7, and I think that's a win. Again, I did rope drop Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, so it is very important to mix it up. You do not have to utilize Genie Plus for every single attraction. Rope drop a couple. Get Genie Plus for a few. Individual Lightning Lanes, stand by. Look at the wait times. Mess with it, and play it by ear. Highly recommend that you look at the My Disney Experience app before you get here, and that way you know what attractions, rides, and experiences you want to do with you and your family. Make a list. That way you know ahead of time what is important to you and your party. With all of that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We're gonna do so many more of these Genie Plus videos in every park hopping, the whole shebang. Again, if you want to come to Disney World, check out Mickey Travels. They are our diamond level travel agency that will be able to book and plan and make your trip the literal most magical vacation possible, and it is free. It's free. Enough said. Enough said. You get a quote for free. With that, my name is Miranda. Please let me know what you want to see in the future for Mickey Blog in the comments. Whatever video it might be, let us know in the comments. We do this for you. My name is Miranda. This is Mickey Blog, and it has been so much fun showing you guys the tips and tricks of Genie Plus. I hope you have a great day. Bye!